Data Analyst Essentials. Let's go. All right, let's hit the blueprint button. Let's go down to phase 2. We are now in the final course of phase 2 of the core skills, and we're going to get into Data Analyst Essentials 4-1. Okay, here we go. Now, firstly, if this is the first course you're looking at, there is a free preview. If you click on this, it's going to give you a whole bunch of videos immediately showing you some of the things you're going to be learning in the course. So obviously there's going to be a introduction. We're going to talk about W3 schools, how we're going to be doing SQL programming, where SQL fits in the industry. If you're not sure, talk about ChatGPT. We're going to talk about project management, a whole bunch of stuff, right? So let's get into the curriculum and have a look. Okay, here we go. So here in the curriculum, it's really made up of 4 parts, I would say. The first part is SQL programming. Okay, so if you've never heard of SQL programming before, it's a programming language that I would say is one of the easiest to learn as a starting point if you've never done programming before. And it lets us extract information from databases, right? That's the most basic idea. That's one of the things that it does. So as a data analyst, as I've mentioned in previous courses, you have visualizations, but the data needs to come from somewhere. And when you're working in large organizations, very rarely will it be Excel files, just because it's in an uncontrolled file type. Generally, what we'll do is we'll get access to a certain server, they'll give us credentials, and then we link Tableau to the server. And then the data pulls through that way, we create the visualization, and we deploy it to Tableau Cloud. That's generally how it works for Tableau, but also any other BI tool that you learn. So even though Tableau may be the one you're learning, but you need Power BI for the job, the idea is the same. The principles are the same, which is why it's a great industry to be in, because once you learn one, you can learn all the other ones, right? It's a great thing. They just have nuances. Okay, so the 4 parts is SQL programming. Then we're going to get into ChatGPT, so AI tools, right? And then we're going to combine ChatGPT with SQL for accelerated programming. It's going to blow your mind. And the 4th part is project management using Agile development, right? So let's have a look. So one of the challenges with teaching SQL is I didn't want people having to install SQL Server or setting up instances or having trouble with the software, because if this is your first time, that stuff gets really frustrating. And in the industry, once you get a job, it may not be the tool you're using, and even if it is, it may not be set up the same. So what you're better off doing is just learning the principles of SQL, in my opinion, and then advancing your skill once you're in industry. Okay, because a lot of the times, if I'm hiring someone and they go, I've done SQL before, but it's at a basic level, that's enough for me. I don't need them to be super duper users, simply because it's such a easy thing to learn on the job. You know, when you're doing something 8 hours a day, within a week you're a master. Yeah, so I'm not too stressed about hiring someone with basic SQL skills. It's not a deal breaker. Okay, so here we're going to do SQL in W3 Schools. So W3 Schools is an online platform. And on there, you can run SQL in the cloud. There's already data sets there. You can test it. It will show you errors. It's a fantastic place to learn SQL, as well as every other programming language on the planet. It's just insane piece of education, right? Incredible. So we'll do all of our learning there. Then we're going to get into ChatGPT. Now, ChatGPT, it's an AI tool. You've probably heard of it. How does it work? It's a large language model. Basically, it's a giant kind of database of language algorithms. Right? I don't want to get too detailed in it. And when you go in there, you can ask it questions, a whole variety of things, and it's been trained on information throughout the internet. So you say, how many Grand Slams has Roger Federer won? Roger Federer has had 20 Grand Slams, right? It'll actually tell you, so you can actually converse with it. And the way I like to explain your relationship with ChatGPT is, imagine you have a graduate student working for you. So they're fresh out of university, they know nothing about the world, right? They're very green, life has been very ideal, they've never received an electricity bill in their life, right? So they're very green, they just know kind of basic things, but they're geniuses when it comes to everything else in life. you can't just plug them into an organization. You still have to kind of train them and teach them, give them context, all that kind of stuff. So this part teaches you how to give ChatGPT context so that you get the answers you're looking for, right? So if you have a poor quality question, you're going to get a poor quality answer. This shows you how to go about that. Then we're going to combine the two things. Okay, we're going to marry SQL with ChatGPT, and there's very specific ways to do this, right? You can't just say, I have a problem, here you go. You have to educate ChatGPT and give a context on what you're trying to do in the language of SQL. Okay, you need to be able to converse with it properly to get the right answers, right? And then we're going to get into Agile project management. And Agile is a framework that is very popular in IT because it allows us to create solutions, prototype, do it very quickly, find issues, deploy the solution, end the version. And why is this important? Why can't you just go about creating a project? I'll give you the most common thing that happens in industry. You meet with a stakeholder and they say, we want A, B, and C, right? So you build it. And as you're finishing B, they go, can we also add this? And so you add that. And then they go, oh, actually, can we change A? And you're like, so you change A. So the project goes on forever. Okay, that's one problem. The other part is you're working on a project and another person comes in and goes, I have another request. And you're like, all right, I'll take that on. And then another request. And now you have like 10 requests and you're going, which one should I be working on? Because my time is limited. Okay. And then as you're building these solutions, you feel like you're stuck on one forever because you're trying to build this final grand solution that takes a year, right? How do you manage the versions? Should I build a final one? Should I just build a small part? Should I do a prototype? Should I do it in stages? Agile gives us a framework of how to prioritize and deploy these solutions in a controlled manner. It is an indispensable skill to have in the industry. And when you tell people that you're familiar with the principles, it is great. When I hire someone and they go, yeah, I'm familiar with it, I know that they can deploy a solution. It's a thing of beauty. So that's the 4 parts of Data Analyst Essentials. Enjoy.